For Puerto Rico or Venezuela, a win today means more than 5th place in the 2015 FIBA America Women's Championships. It means the dream to play in the 2016 Summer Olympics is still alive. A loss today, however, means watching the Rio Games from home. Good afternoon and welcome to the Saville Community Sports Center on the campus of the University of Alberta. I'm Craig Feda alongside Trix Baker, bringing you this critical 5th place game between Puerto Rico and Venezuela. The winner of this game goes to an Olympic play-in tournament that will take place next summer. The loser is out. And Trix Baker, this is a game that these two teams should be pretty hungry for this one. They both had some adversity to struggle through in this tournament. They both finished up with an even up 2-2 record. And I think we're going to see a very competitive game today.
For sure, this is the most important game of the day because the other, well, I shouldn't say that. The semifinals are very important to get into the gold medal game, but for sure, all of those teams that are ahead of the 5th place will have another chance to qualify. But the 5th place with Brazil getting an automatic berth, the 5th place becomes very, very important.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for Puerto Rico under head coach Jerry Batista. Yashira Delgado, Jasmine Sepulveda, Angelica Bermudez, Sandra Garcia, and Marie Placido. For Venezuela, under head coach Oscar Silva, Rosalie Silva, we talked about her a great deal yesterday. What a gutty performance with that arm injury. Ivani Marquez breaking into the starting lineup. She's had an outstanding tournament. Daniela Wallen, Mariana Duran, and Claytor Blanco. Our officials for today's game, Karen Lausick, Mary-Pierre Malo, and Andrea Silva.
Yes, Venezuela's made an adjustment to their starting lineup. They're not starting Garcia. I believe it's because of the size of Puerto Rico. They need to go a little bit smaller and try and match up a little bit better.
Let us see how that will turn out. Ivani Marquez at 5'10". Starting for Venezuela, the 32-year-old. She's the captain, and really, with her play in this tournament, averaging 10 points a game and 4.5 rebounds per game, she really has earned a place in the starting lineup. The FIBA commissioner for this game, Ian Yearwood, he's giving the teams and the officials the thumbs up, saying that we're ready to go. And once again, we will watch Rosalie Silva to see how she goes with that arm. Ball's in the air and we're underway. Ball won by Puerto Rico, but saved in bounds to Venezuela. Daniela Wallen control. Marquez launches a 3 to start off the game, no good. And then Silva tries a behind-the-back pass, goes out of bounds off of Sepulveda, and it will remain Venezuela ball. Pull-up jumper in the lane, that's good by Daniela Wallen, and Venezuela with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Wallen's just been inserted into the starting lineup, so that's a good decision by the coach.
Placido on the outside, 10 to shoot, Delgado. Cross-court pass to Sepulveda, now she drives on Duran. Stolen away by Wallen. Fakes the pass, now gives it up to Silva. The defense gets there, and Silva has to circle it back around. Good hustle on the defensive end by Puerto Rico. Marquez over to Duran, 8 to shoot. She has some trouble controlling it. Now 3, Duran inside to Blanco. Her shot won't go. Rebound Bermudez.
Well, that was a great pass inside. We need to finish those early in the game.
Delgado tried to pass it into the post and stolen away by Wallen. She weaves her way into the lane, off the glass and good. And Venezuela with a 4-0 lead. Wallen's got all 4 points. Now at the other end, Placido with a little bit of cherry picking.
Yes, they really didn't get back on that play. They kind of cherry picked.
Now the nice feed inside to Silva, back out to Duran for 3. Rattles off. Delgado, the pull-up jumper in the lane, that's good. And we're tied up at 4.
I'm sure this is going to be a close game because these teams match up fairly well. They both had some injuries, but they're ready to go. Silva, I think, will play hard no matter what.
Marquez along the baseline now to Duran, 7 to shoot. She gives it up to Blanco underneath. Off the glass, no good, but she draws the foul. Believe that's going to be on Placido. Actually, it's going to be on Sepulveda, her first. As you saw there on the replay, it was definitely Sepulveda who made contact.
It's really important early on in the game for teams to make their free throws. They're gifts, and it can give you a lot of confidence with both shooting, with your timing, even out on the floor.
And a missed free throw in the first quarter may come back to haunt you late in the fourth. Sepulveda over to Delgado now in the corner. Placido for 3. Bang! Puerto Rico with a 7-4 lead.
And that was great ball movement. Great ball movement. Anytime you can get the ball side to side, you're going to be able to have open shots.
Now the lob inside from Silva. She was trying to hit Blanco, but she was nowhere clear. Now Garcia.
I think early on, Puerto Rico is not really playing Silva to shoot the ball. They're looking for her to pass the ball. They're not helping nearly as much, and that's why the turnovers are being created. Even if she's not going to shoot it, she has to look like she's going to.
Now Marquez for 3. Duran had the rebound. Silva had it poked away. We still don't know what the exact injury was on Rosalie Silva. She came back in the game yesterday, and at the beginning of it was showing a great deal of discomfort. And as the game wore on, she seemed to be much better as Delgado goes coast to coast and lays it in, and now Puerto Rico with a 7-point lead.
She does seem to be favoring it for sure. I believe it's a pop tricep that she's had, which will affect her shooting. But she's either got to play hard, or she's not going to be much help to the team if she's not going to fight through it.
Delgado for 3. Silva says we need to talk this over. Puerto Rico out to an early 14-4 lead with 6:06 to play in the first quarter.
Yes, Puerto Rico's really taken it to them, and I'm not surprised. They are very aggressive. They like to run, push the ball up the floor. I wouldn't be surprised if Venezuela comes in with Corrales early on, because she gives them a little bit more scoring.
Follow us online in social media and on FIBAAmericas.com. On Instagram and Twitter, we are at FIBA. You can also find us on Facebook. Pictures, interviews, post-game recaps, highlights, pretty much everything you can think of associated with this fantastic tournament and all the other great FIBA action going on around the world right now. FIBA, we are basketball. Right now, Puerto Rico, after spotting Venezuela an early 4-0 lead, they've hit all 6 of their field goals this quarter, 4 of 4 from 2-point range and 2 of 2 from beyond the arc.
And Puerto Rico has subbed in Jennifer O'Neill now and Allison Gibson. Both of those people are going to give them even more scoring. And they're sitting in a bit of a zone, 2-3 zone right now.
Wallen pulls up from the free throw line. Rebound Sepulveda.
Venezuela's starting the game man-to-man. I think they need to do that to try and counteract the shooting of Puerto Rico.
Sepulveda with 5 to shoot into the lane, out to O'Neill. Now Gibson for three. First miss of the game for Puerto Rico. Still a 14-0 run. Now inside to Blanco, and she traveled.
She's been kind of their go-to girl inside, so they need to try to get something there because they're not getting a lot of outside shooting right now. Here she is, changes her foot. Nice finish, but doesn't count.
Always make the best moves when somehow you get that extra step.
That's probably why you can finish.
Yeah, exactly.
A running start.
Delgado with the shot fake, kicks it out to the corner, three on the way, that's good! Placido gives Puerto Rico a 17-4 lead, and she's got 8 points halfway through the quarter.
Well, she hit another three from that spot, so they need to get out on her.
Marquez from the other end, and she connects for three. That breaks the scoring drought for Venezuela, and it's a 10-point lead.
And Marquez is their veteran player. She's played fairly well for them. She needs to definitely set up and score with Silva obviously not looking to shoot the ball.
Placido from three again. That was a heat check shot there. Wallen fouled now by Placido.
Yeah, Venezuela's finishing, but only when they don't count, huh? Because that was an early foul, so she doesn't get to go to the free throw line with that. It's a good foul to take. And here comes Corrales. I was surprised she didn't come in right after the timeout, but she's in there now.
Yosimar Corrales has had a very good tournament off the bench. She's averaging 11 points and 6.8 rebounds per game. Now Marquez pretty move into the lane, can't get the finger roll. Blanco's there for the putback, and it's 17-9.
I really believe those two players are the ones that are going to have to get it done for Venezuela. Puerto Rico gets a lot more balanced scoring from everybody.
You think it's got to be Blanco and Corrales? Gibson for three. Puerto Rico 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Still 4 of 4 from 2-point range.
Yes, they're shooting the ball extremely well.
78% overall.
And here you see the good ball movement. They get it to one side, swing it. Gibson's ready to shoot that ball.
If you're Venezuela, do you just kind of wait for Puerto Rico to cool down, or do you do something to try to get them out of their offense to cool them off with your defense?
Well, they may switch their defense, but right now Puerto Rico's just doing what they did right there. They're just running. They're running hard. Venezuela's not able to get back. And again, that's the size difference. I think that Puerto Rico's quite a bit smaller. I mean, they've got a lot of small guards on their team, but that gives them a lot of speed.
Delgado outruns 2 Venezuela defenders and draws the foul. Misses the first free throw. 3 team fouls for Puerto Rico, just 1 for Venezuela. That foul for Venezuela was on Ivani Marquez. And Delgado misses both free throws, but there for the putback, Angelica Bermudez.
And here comes Puerto Rico with some pressure, 2-2-1 press. They're happy if they steal the ball, but they're really just looking to take a lot of time. Now they're 12 seconds already down on the shot clock.
Silva has to back it out. Now 6 to shoot. Wallen working on Gibson, and a foul on Gibson.
I believe it's a kick ball. So it's a reset, 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Look at that putback by Bermudez.
That's a great offensive rebound on the free throw lane, and no excuse for that. You've got to block out.
You are indeed correct. That was a kick ball by Gibson. Jump shot no good. Now Corrales from the right elbow. That won't rattle in.
And there's the smallest player on the floor for Puerto Rico getting the defensive rebound.
She's already got, I believe, 3 rebounds. O'Neal kicking out to Martinez. Perhaps their best three-point shooter. She steps in and hits the 15-footer. Puerto Rico on fuego.
They showed great patience there because Gibson had hit a 3 and she swung the ball a little bit more, used a little bit more of the clock.
Or since we're in Canada, perhaps I should say en fière. Either way, they're on fire.
Yes, they are. And now they can give some of their players a little bit of a rest. Let everybody get a chance to get their legs under them after a day off. Now Venezuela's in a 2-3 zone.
That's how you beat the 2-3 zone. You get the big to the middle at the free throw line. That time it's Sofia Roma. I think it's the earliest we've seen her check into a game for Puerto Rico. Melendez on now for Gibson.
I'm surprised actually that Venezuela is coming with a zone because of the great shooting of Puerto Rico, but they just tried something different.
Outside shot by Wallen. Rebound Martinez, just about stolen by Marquez. And now a foul called. That's going to be on Wallen. Silva has yet to attempt a shot. She's got 2 rebounds.
It's good hustle on the floor here, but it just comes in from behind. You got to be in position if you're going to go reaching for the ball.
Now Sepulveda back on for Roma. O'Neal. Now the long cross-court pass to Martinez, closed on quickly by Silva. 8 to shoot. Inside to Garcia. Nice drop pass to Melendez. Her shot won't go. Rebound pulled out of there with authority by Blanco.
Venezuela's starting to get a little bit more movement in their offense now, and that'll help them to get some open shots.
Shot blocked by Melendez.
And again here, Puerto Rico is going to try to get the ball into the high post eventually. That will break down your 2-3 zone the most effectively.
8 to shoot. Shot clock about 4 seconds behind, rather game clock. Now 1. O'Neal gets the shot off. No good. Rebound Blanco. 2 and 1, and a foul called on O'Neal.
And again, the defense is happy to take that foul at midcourt.
Yeah.
You know, they're not in the penalty yet, so they're not going to be shooting. End of the quarter, it's okay. They start with the new foul count at the start of each quarter, so you can afford to take that.
Venezuela has 1 second. Exactly 1 second, 1.0. Marquez, baseball pass in, a little too far for Wallen. And the first quarter will end with Puerto Rico on top, 24-9.
I really thought this game would be a little bit closer, but part of the problem is that Venezuela's really playing with 4 players. Silva really hasn't looked to shoot the ball at all, and they need her to do that.
We will see how Venezuela is able to counter when we come back from Edmonton. Welcome back to the Saville Community Sports Center on the campus of the University of Alberta in Edmonton. After one quarter, Puerto Rico leading Venezuela 24-9. As we look at first quarter statistics, Puerto Rico 10 of 15 from the floor, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, and go figure 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Venezuela, meanwhile, they're 4 of 17 from the floor for 24%, 1 of 4 from three-point range, also 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Rebounds in favor of Puerto Rico 11-7. Puerto Rico with only 1 offensive rebound, but when you're shooting 67%, offensive rebounds,
not that important.
Not a huge deal.
Yeah, well, there's not too many of them. Yeah, no, Puerto Rico's come out very hot. They've come out ready. They're ready to play. Venezuela, I think, is still reeling from trying to make that adjustment with Silva not looking to shoot the basketball. Other people have got to step up. They maybe got to penetrate a little bit more.
Placido leads the way for Puerto Rico with 8 points. Delgado with 7, the leading scorer for Venezuela. Wallen with 4. And now Silva puts it on the floor, and Wallen cleans it up. So Wallen's got 6 now, and it's 24-11.
I guess she's earned that starting spot because she's got half the points, and this is a start for her.
Now a steal by Silva. She uses that right arm and goes up and lays it in. And it's 24-13, and now all of a sudden, Jerry Batista wants timeout.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a fist pump by Silva. Got that layup to go. She needs to be very active defensively, move her feet, and she's done that. She's got some steals.
So a 4-0 run by Venezuela to start off this second quarter, and if you are Jerry Batista after that tremendous first quarter, Venezuela comes out on a 4-0 run. What do you tell your team in the huddle?
Well, they've got to get back to basics and play some better defense and stop that transition for sure. The zone is hurting them, and Puerto Rico's got lots of patience, but they also have to ball fake and make sure they're not telegraphing their passes.
Once again, this is the 5th place game. The winner of this game goes to the Olympic qualifying tournament next summer. Coming up, we've got 2 semifinal games. At 3:30, it's Argentina, the winner of Group B, taking on Cuba, the 2nd place team in Group A. Then at 6 o'clock, it's Group A winner Canada taking on the 2nd place Group B team, Brazil. And what an exciting game that was Thursday night between Brazil and Argentina.
It was fabulous. Argentina played on momentum and emotion right from the get-go in that game. And Brazil tends to wait a little bit before they really get into the game, and it finally cost them.
That was the first win by the Argentine women over Brazil in 59 years.
Oh,
that's why they were
celebrating
so much on the court.
They played extremely smart. They played very well, and they deserved that win.
Well, not only did they give up an 18-point lead and have a 4-point deficit with about a minute remaining, they showed a lot of gumption, a lot of character. A lot of teams would have just folded up after giving up that 18-point lead, and now Blanco scores. Venezuela back to within 9.
Yes, a little bit of a run going here for Venezuela. You can see now the momentum starting to shift a little bit.
Martinez attempts the 3-pointer, and it was blocked. I think that was Corrales on the block. Yeah, you see her close out on the shooter and swipe it away with the left hand.
Yeah, they're starting to be way more active on their zone defense, and they're getting some position.
Martinez comes out, Bermudez comes in. Now a 3 from O'Neal, that misses. Nice pass ahead from Silva. Lay in by Wallen, won't go. Rebound to Placido. 6-0 run by Venezuela to start this second quarter. Puerto Rico has not scored since the 2:17 mark of the first.
And they travel.
Yeah.
Venezuela's zone is giving them some trouble. They're really spreading it out, and Puerto Rico's not going to the high post. They need to get the ball in there to break down that defense, make them collapse.
Puerto Rico had only 2 turnovers in that first quarter. They've got 4 in the first minute, 49 of the second.
Well, Venezuela's playing a little bit more of a gapping zone. They're spreading it out, and now we got the same thing going the other way.
Yeah, Blanco, an ill-advised pass. There were 2 Puerto Rico defenders in there. Placido mishandles the pass from O'Neal, and another turnover.
Basketball is so much a game of momentum. You get some momentum going, things start to turn around, your shots start to go, everything goes right.
3-pointer by Wallen is off. Oh, nice feed underneath Garcia. Her shot was blocked by Marquez. Now Placido, the long 3.
It's much harder to rebound out of the zone defense. We don't have an assignment. Puerto Rico is taking care of the offensive glass.
4 to shoot. O'Neal misses the 3. And now Venezuela turns it over.
Puerto Rico is...
And now a block called on Silva.
That's her second foul. She took an early one reaching in, and this one is kind of a gamble, but she just slid underneath. She didn't get there.
The notion of momentum is such a funny thing. Theoretically, what happens on a previous possession should not make you any better or worse at what you do. But there are times that it just seems like nothing is going your way, and no matter what you try, you can't break it. Or there's times that it seems like there's nothing you can do wrong. You suddenly haven't dramatically improved your skill at basketball or football or whatever sport it is. But sometimes things just go your way for a while.
And although Venezuela has a little bit of the momentum, I think Puerto Rico is going to get it back here because they're getting some offensive rebounds, getting some penetration, some fouls, stopping the play. And here's great penetration. She tried to dish it out, but was fouled on the play.
That foul was on Silva, her second. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say that's to Venezuela. Just about stolen away by Delgado. Now the short jumper is no good by Corrales. Rebound taken out of there by O'Neal. O'Neal inside the lane draws the foul. That's going to be on Corrales.
And again, great penetration. She's an excellent penetrator. Keeps going. People start to reach.
Boy, I thought they were going to give that foul to Ana Garcia rather than Corrales.
I think there was a couple of them that were reaching in there.
Well, it was not a shooting foul, so they must have gotten Corrales before the foul on the shot by Garcia. Now Silva battling for the rebound, and she draws her third foul.
That's big. And Duran will come in for her immediately. It will be interesting. I think Venezuela will play more as a unit here now and be able to maybe get some better ball movement and some scoring.
Puerto Rico 10 to shoot, moving the ball around the outside. Now three-pointer on the way, no. Rebound Delgado. 5 to shoot. Pass tipped out of bounds by Marquez. Puerto Rico will have 3 to shoot when they inbound the ball.
Puerto Rico has 7 offensive rebounds already. So Venezuela really is not taking care of the rebounding out of that zone.
Garcia for 3. And another offensive rebound. Remember, they didn't have any in that first quarter. They were shooting 67% from the floor. And Duran loses it, but it rolls over to Marquez. She shoots the 3. That misses, and now
Wallen gets the offensive rebound.
And draws the foul.
Both teams have really stalled here. But there's Wallen fighting for it, takes it up strong. Nice pump fake, draws the foul. Venezuela needs to get to the free throw line. That will help their game as well. But they need to make them. Much better arc on that shot, much better.
Wallen hits the second, gets Venezuela back to within 9.
She's been their best player on the floor so far.
Big hello to Chantal Vallée sitting to my left. Got the headphones on, listening in. Tell you what, if we turned her microphone on, we'd have a three-person crew like you see on the big time. She says, no, no, no.
Here comes Wallen again.
The coach resting her voice.
Puerto Rico's being very active defensively, getting that piece of a lot of the passes.
Now Garcia from the baseline, yes.
They've got the cellophane off the hoop.
Finally, yeah. Garcia now with 4. Puerto Rico back to an 11-point lead. Delgado jetting down the court. It's the layup. It's back to 13 at 29-16. And Puerto Rico seems to have withstood this run by Venezuela in the opening half of the second quarter. And Oscar Silva wants his second timeout.
Yes, they have to be prepared to take care of the ball. I mean, there Delgado just knocked it out of her hand, and those are the hardest ones to defend because now they've got a wide open layup going the other way. The rest of the team is still playing a little bit of offense.
Puerto Rico with 20 rebounds already. They've got a 7-rebound advantage over Puerto Rico. Between their shooting percentage, which has now dipped from 67 to 42, and the work they're doing on the glass, I think that's what's given them this 13-point lead.
For sure. I mean, Puerto Rico is quite a bit smaller, but they're so active. And when Venezuela sits in that zone, it's an opportunity for Puerto Rico to get lots of rebounds. They almost have as many offensive rebounds as they do defensive rebounds. So they just have to keep plugging away. They've missed a lot of opportunities. Puerto Rico probably should have more of a lead than they do.
There you get a look at Sandra Garcia.
And now Puerto Rico's coming with their 1-2-1-1 press.
And a reach in on Delgado. Silva is on the bench now for Venezuela. She is 1 of 3. The one shot that she did make was a layup.
And the other
she does have 3 rebounds.
And I think Puerto Rico wants to keep coming at Venezuela now. They've come with their aggressive press. They have a couple presses, but this one is really a trapping, stealing press. And they're trying to make some things happen. They just don't need to foul.
Garcia from that same spot on the baseline couldn't get that one to connect. Marquez hounded by Delgado. And she throws it right away to Sandra Garcia, and then Garcia, trying to get it ahead to Martinez, turns it over to Wallen. Wallen, the floater in the lane, no good.
It's a bit of a track meet here.
It is, and O'Neal
Fabulous finish inside.
breaks the tape with that layup.
Venezuela is having some problems with this press. Puerto Rico's coming at them very hard. It's nice to steal the ball out of the press, but if you can get an early shot that's missed, that's almost as good. That's what Puerto Rico needs to do now, is get that ball inside to Blanco and try and get some easy hoops, maybe some fouls like they did there. And there's O'Neal finishing extremely well on that break.
5 to shoot. They do get it to Blanco, and she scores easily. 31-18. Martinez on the right wing, over to O'Neal. Now back to Martinez for 3.
Excellent ball movement. It's a good shot. Venezuela finally getting some defensive rebounds.
Martinez hit a number of those shots. Now a nice follow by Wallen. And Venezuela has it back to 11 at 31-20 with 3 minutes to play. Martinez to O'Neal. That 3 misses badly by Sepulveda, but O'Neal there for the putback.
That was a great anticipation rebound by O'Neal. She passed that ball cross court, knew she was going to shoot it, went for the rebound.
Wallen lines up the 3. Bang! Good shot by Daniela Wallen, and it's a 10-point game. Wallen's got 12 for Venezuela. She is the game's leading scorer. Gibson in the paint, kicks it out to Sepulveda for 3. Wallen the rebound.
Wallen really is the star of Venezuela right now. She's doing it at both ends of the floor. And here she lines up, hesitates a little bit, but puts it in.
And it's a good thing she hesitated, because when she brought that right foot up, she stepped on the line, then she brought it back and lined it back up and drilled it. Marquez over to Wallen.
I think they want to try to go inside to Blanco here.
Still plenty of time, 7 to shoot. Now they get it to Blanco. Baseline jumper rolls off. Rebound inside to, that was Ana Garcia. She's got Venezuela to within 8.
Much better ball movement by Venezuela on that possession.
Sepulveda, O'Neal for 2.
And they've gone very
Blanco.
cold.
Yes, they have. Puerto Rico has missed 11 consecutive 3-point shots. Now the good feed inside by Blanco, and the nice hesitation move to let O'Neal go by. Venezuela back to within 6. And Puerto Rico wants timeout with 1:05 to play in the second quarter.
I think that's the key. Wallen is doing a good job of shooting the ball outside, but they need to get that ball into Blanco against the shorter Puerto Rico team.
And as they get it into Blanco, they increase their points in the paint lead, 16 to 12. The bench for Puerto Rico, though, outscoring Venezuela's 10 to 2.
I'm not sure if the coach is worried about their defensive setup and whether or not they're rotating properly. It looks like he's trying to talk about that a little bit. In Venezuela, I think they just want to keep moving the basketball, They want to keep getting it inside to Blanco, and if they take care of the defensive rebounds, they can get right back into this game. And I mean, that's the difference now. They're doing a much better job in the defensive glass.
Well, Puerto Rico had a significant rebounding edge. Now it's 22-18, so there's only a 4 rebound spread between the two teams now.
Well, and Puerto Rico's not shooting as well, so there's a few more defensive rebounds for Venezuela to get as well.
One minute to play in the second quarter. Venezuela has cut this lead to within 6. As we said, Puerto Rico has missed 11 straight from outside. Gibson on the drive now. She gets her arm hit. I think they're going to get Marquez.
Yes, they've given that to Marquez.
Marquez says, who, me?
I thought it might have been Garcia that was going to get that. It's interesting, they've put O'Neal at the high post, Puerto Rico, against the zone. And they're starting her at the high post. She's either popping out or she's going to set a screen for the bigger player to come to the high post.
Gibson hits the free throw. That ends that drought. Second free throw, no good. So it's a 7-point lead for Puerto Rico with 45 seconds to play.
Here comes the trap.
Nicely broken by Venezuela. Kick out to Wallen. 10 to shoot. Marquez around the screen by Garcia. Gives it up underneath. Beautiful offensive set there by Venezuela as Blanco scores inside again.
Marquez is very smart. For her to penetrate and read the defense and make that pass, awesome.
About a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and in fact, I'm not sure why the shot clock is on.
There she goes. Marquez makes that very nice pass. And you've got to be coming to the ball as well. But Puerto Rico caught watching the basketball and someone tucks in behind.
Venezuela has outscored Puerto Rico by 10 in this quarter.
And Wallen very nearly had another pickoff in the zone.
Shot by Delgado misses. At the buzzer, that's good! Luciana Ortega hits the three-pointer to get Venezuela to within 2, but they're going to review it to make sure that the shot was made before the half ended. They will go to the replay. Karen Lasuk. See if we can get a look at it as well. So they send the teams back to the benches. Does she get it off? Oh, I
don't think so.
Oh, that is so close. No, looks like it's still in her hand and the light is on. Let's see if the officials agree with our assessment that the shot should not count.
I think regardless of whether that hoop goes, I think that Venezuela has got to be really happy with getting back into this game.
You see, ball still in her hand and the red light's on. Should be pretty clear. Both teams waiting. Karen Lasuk has her decision. No basket.
I think that is the correct call.
Absolutely, that's the correct call. And so it goes back to 34-29, but an excellent second quarter by Venezuela.
They outscored Puerto Rico 12-1 since the 3-minute mark.
Yep. And so overall in the quarter, outscored Puerto Rico 20-10.
Yes, it was an excellent quarter. They just really got their defensive rebounds in order, took care of that, and then they were able to hit some shots.
So let's take a look at the halftime statistics. Puerto Rico 10 of 17 from 2-point range. for 59%. They went stone cold from three-point range. 4 of 18 for 22%. Just 2 of 6 from the free throw line for 33%. Venezuela, meanwhile, 41% from the floor on 11 of 27 shooting. 2 of 8 from beyond the arc for 25%. Just 1 of 4 from the free throw line for 25% there.
But the rebounds have really balanced out.
23 rebounds for Puerto Rico, 21 for Venezuela, 9 offensive for Puerto Rico, 7 offensive for Venezuela. Turnovers about even, 8 for Puerto Rico, 10 for Venezuela. Points in the paint starting to tilt toward Venezuela, 18-12, now that Blanco has really started to get moving. And then the bench points in favor of Puerto Rico, 11-2. Taking a look at the individual numbers in this one for Venezuela, they are led by Daniela Wallen with 12 points. She also has 8 rebounds. Clara Blanco with 10 points and 5 boards. Marquez with 3 and Silva with 2. Ana Garcia with 2. For Puerto Rico, they're led by Delgado with 9. Jennifer O'Neill has 5, and Marie Placido with 8, the leading rebounder for Puerto Rico. Bermudez with 6. So we head to the locker room with Puerto Rico holding on to a 5-point lead, getting outscored by 10 points in that second quarter. We're back from Edmonton in just a moment. outside, not warm in here.
Well, I think when it's this cold outside, they don't care. Well, they should leave it the same, I would imagine. Smallest player on the floor with 6 rebounds. Wallen, man, she's getting it done for them.
Yeah.
Why is she -5? Efficiency, man. She drew 4 fouls, 2 steals, 1 assist. That can't be right. Like 50% from the floor. That's not right.
That was weird. Unless it's points the other team has scored while she's on the floor, but that's
They
not.
can't.
Yeah.
They can't.
One assist, no turnovers, 2 steals.
And I mean, 50% from the floor. I mean,
No, those are
good stuff.
wild.
Are you the stats group now?
In what way? No, I don't do stats.
Just wondering why she's -5 with efficiency. This makes no sense. She's got 12 points. She shoots 50% from the floor. She's got 8 rebounds, no turnovers, 2 steals, 1 assist, and they got her at -5 for efficiency.
Edgar! ¿Dónde está Edgar? Edgar Marín.
I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's just a strange stat.
Sí, porque hay una estadística súper extraña. Tiene una jugadora que está jugando muy bien, tiene rebotes, 10 puntos, bien todo lo demás, y tiene -5 en la estadística de plus minus.
Are you a stats
No
guy?
puede ser. No. He's not there. I'll get him as soon as he comes.
It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal, but if it can be corrected.
Well, I'm just thinking that unless it's the shooting percentage, but 50%.
No, but 50%.
Is
No,
good.
50%, yeah. It should be as -5 if you should.
Because this girl is 12, but she's 67% from the floor. But she's missed her free throws. She's only got 3 rebounds.
Yeah, she doesn't even have 10 She doesn't have anything.
She got 2 turnovers. Yeah, this girl's got no turnovers.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
No.
Oh, see,
You have to be coming by now because
her efficiency showing is 17.
Oh, see, that makes more sense. On there it says 17.
oh yeah, so it must be like a duplicate of the one up top or something. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, she's 17 there, plus 17.
Yeah, that makes way more
Plus 17 is right.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. Yeah.
See, look to the matrix there.
Yeah. But why would these come out different? Where's that from?
It's the same place. It must be a printing error or something because it's the same software. This produces it for the online and this prints it out.
Yeah, that is weird.
Well, let's see what this one has their efficiency at. Oh, this doesn't have efficiency. Of course, right?
No, he has to be coming back now for the third quarter. Oye, oficina arriba.
Welcome back to the Saville Community Sports Center on the campus of the University of Alberta in Edmonton. Coming out of halftime, it's Puerto Rico 34, Venezuela 29, and Trix Baker, really it was a tale of two quarters. In the first quarter, it was all Puerto Rico, and in the second quarter, it was mostly Venezuela. Puerto Rico outscoring Venezuela in the first 24-9. Venezuela outscoring Puerto Rico in the second 20-10. Puerto Rico cooled off a great deal in that second quarter, and Venezuela started to get the ball more inside. And what do these two teams need to do to be successful in the second half?
Well, I think the keys for Venezuela is they need to take care of the defensive rebounds, because they're going to, I would imagine they're going to stay in that 2-3 zone, and they need to get the ball inside. Without Silva out there, I mean, she's a great three-point shooter. Without her looking to really shoot the ball, I think they got to get it inside to Blanco. Wallen has had an unbelievable first half, playing very well. For Puerto Rico, I think they need to continue to keep the pace up. They need to press. They need to keep there. Got way more points in transition, 6-0. And I think they just need to take care of the ball and just keep moving it. They have great ball movement offensively, and if they can continue that, I mean, those shots are going to fall. They're good shots for them.
Glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from around the world, on TSN in Canada or on livebasketball.tv everywhere else. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast as much as Trix and I are bringing it to you.
It will be interesting to see if Puerto Rico gets off to a quick start after the break, or whether Venezuela is able to carry this momentum forward.
Venezuela starts off with the ball in the second half. On to Garcia. Her jump shot is straight through. Nice shot by Ana Garcia. And it's 34-31.
And that's a change too. Garcia didn't start the game. They've got her starting in the second half. I think they need to take advantage of the size.
Placido for three. That's no good. Rebound Ortega. And Ortega starting the second half in place of Silva.
I wouldn't be surprised if Silva is finished. She just, that arm has got to be too sore for her.
Now a three-pointer from Ortega. Air ball, but saved by Wallen. Blanco inside and lays it in. It's a one-point game. Venezuela with a 4-0 run to start the second half. Once again, we never did get an official report on the injury as O'Neal scores. Never did get an official report on the injury to Silva. Believe it was something having to do with her triceps tendon. Looked initially to be a dislocated shoulder, but that clearly was not the case.
And I think, you know, any muscular injury such as that makes her shooting extremely difficult.
You alter your shot. It's painful either way. And O'Neal on the drive. She draws the foul from Ortega.
And again, that's an adjustment that Puerto Rico has done. They've started O'Neal in the second half. She didn't start at the beginning of the game either. So they need to, they both come out with what they felt was their best lineup in the first half.
Delgado, left side to O'Neal. Placido in the corner, 10 to shoot. Outside to Garcia. Nice touch pass. And Delgado with the travel.
They've got great ball movement. And I mean, it was a great up fake. She just has to be cleaner with her feet, not drag that pivot.
A little bit of pressure from Puerto Rico.
And not a surprise that they come with pressure. They're smaller. They need to make something happen.
Ball poked out of bounds by O'Neal. Wallen to inbound. 10 to shoot for Venezuela. Marquez. Three, that's no good. Placido pulls the rebound down.
And that was a good shot for Venezuela.
Placido on the right wing, skip pass to O'Neal for three. Rebound, Bermudez had it, and then Ortega found it on the floor. Marquez into the corner now. Back to Blanco, beautiful feed to Blanco, and that goes in. Venezuela back to within one.
That was a great ball fake. She totally forced that defender to go out on the shooter. She thought she was reversing the ball, and Blanco had a one-on-one inside.
Placido for three. Boy, and after starting off the game as hot as you can be from three-point range, Puerto Rico has missed 15 in a row from beyond the arc.
So again here, save.
She got rid of it before she landed on the end line too.
Right here, she ball faked out to the perimeter and drew one of the defenders. It was awesome. That's what you have to do against a zone.
Wow, O'Neal shot Blinko's out. Now Garcia misses from in close, but the follow by Marquez won't go, but she's fouled.
And Marquez is really showing her maturity and her leadership here. I think she really wants this one. She's probably in her last quadrennial. She'll retire after this, so she'd like to get to the Olympics, I think. I don't think, I know.
Bermudez and Placido sit down, as does Delgado. Damka Martinez, Allison Gibson, and Sofia Roma come on for Puerto Rico. We've got a tie game.
And Puerto Rico is getting good shots. They're excellent shots. They're balanced. They're just not falling for them.
And just like that, Venezuela leads by one, 37-36. Gibson travels. And now Venezuela with a chance to extend.
And that's a good penetration. The girl came to the high post. She was covered, was almost screening for her to go. But you have to, again, you have to keep those feet clean.
Venezuela led by Blanco and Wallen. 14 for Blanco, 12 for Wallen. And Blanco fouled as she goes up. That's going to be on Garcia.
In the first half, Puerto Rico was way more active. They would have been in front of that cutter. And now they seem to be a little bit more flat-footed. She was able to cut in front of her and draw the foul. Puerto Rico needs to get some energy back.
Free throw is good by Blanco.
It's amazing what happens with your free throw, too. Shooting as well when you start to get some momentum. Now they're starting to make those free throws.
Oh, and Wallen lucky she wasn't called for a foul there. Now into the corner for Martinez. Out to Gibson. Back to O'Neal. Driving. Dishing to Martinez. Air ball from three. Venezuela on an 18-3 run since the 3:11 mark of the second quarter. Now Blanco has it blocked. Goes out of bounds. It'll remain with Venezuela, 12 to shoot.
And another excellent penetration drop on the backside. Blanco is moving so well without the basketball.
Puerto Rico has not scored in roughly 3.5 minutes now. Wallen for three. That would have been a huge shot had that gone down. Now O'Neal loses it.
And again, they could have passed the ball up here, but they stayed patient. I think Venezuela is playing very smart right now. They're working the ball around, getting good ball movement, good player movement, and that allows them, if they miss, to get some more offensive rebounds.
Garcia reaches in from behind and knocks it away. Martinez misses the layup, gets her own rebound though.
And that's what Puerto Rico needs to do. They need to push the tempo of the game, but they're just not making the best decisions on that fast break.
Boy, and if Puerto Rico were any colder.
Well, it is colder outside today.
Well, maybe they cooled off with the weather. They're used to a much warmer climate this time of year. Nice feed to Blanco. She loses it. And are they going to call a tie-up or a shot clock violation? That is a shot clock violation.
And again, this is what we call a 50-50 ball. The ball's loose, and one of the teams has got to go after it and get it. And here again is that great drop. But here, the ball's loose. And in the first half, or the first quarter, Puerto Rico got all those balls. Now it appears that Venezuela is, I mean, it ended up with a shot clock violation, but Venezuela is way more active.
Puerto Rico started out 4 of 6 from three-point range. They have since missed 15 in a row. Placido misses.
And that was good penetration by O'Neal, but they're just not, they're very flat-footed, their legs are very straight. They need to be ready to shoot the ball. Now Blanco is getting a little bit of a rest, so it'll be interesting to see who's going to pick up the scoring here.
Wallen's shot is blocked, but a foul called. Puerto Rico's shooting percentage down to 35. 15 of 43 from the floor.
And there's good penetration by Wallen. She takes it up strong, draws the foul. And now they're back to the free throw line.
Damka Martinez checks out. Sepulveda back in. Boy, you talk about cellophane on the rim.
It is. They are very cold, and they can't seem to find anybody that's going to hit. I would think O'Neal, you know, she's trying to penetrate, trying to create some things for them. Delgado's doing the same thing. But when you're that size, you really don't match up as well inside. So they rely a lot on their three-point shooting.
Great job by Garcia to get that offensive rebound back. And now it's on the floor again, taken away by O'Neal. And then she's fouled by Ortega.
And that's a good foul.
I was just going to say, that's not a terrible foul to take. You stop the fast break.
I think there were 3 Venezuela girls on the floor trying to get the ball, so that's a good foul. It's not shooting. Forces Puerto Rico to set again, and Venezuela's got their defense set.
Sepulveda. Now O'Neal in the corner. She loses the handle. And another turnover for Puerto Rico, their 13th.
That was a situation where she just was trying to do something with the ball before she had it in her hand, and she didn't get it in her hand. It slipped out and went out of bounds.
Well, we've seen that happen 2 or 3 times to Puerto Rico this game.
O'Neal came in at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, and she didn't get a rest after that either.
Marquez gets the offense reset, calls for the screen from Polanco. Driving, high off the glass and good.
That was a great bucket by Marquez.
A little double clutch.
As I said before, she's the veteran on this team, and she wants it bad. When you see those kinds of hoops, she's taking it in strong. She doesn't care if she gets hit.
Timeout Puerto Rico, 41-36, Venezuela. You can follow us online on Twitter and Instagram at FIBA. You can also find us on Facebook. Also, check out the tournament website, FIBAAmericas.com. Go to any of those online destinations for scores, statistics, recaps, highlights, interviews, all sorts of great information about your favorite team and your favorite tournament, FIBA. We are basketball.
I think Jerry Baptista in this timeout is trying to give some X's and O's to the players, but really they're running their offense fine. They're just not hitting the shots. So they need to think a little bit more about the process. Are their legs bent? Are they finishing the shot? They seem a little bit upright. And Daniela Wallen, she's been a great addition for them, for Venezuela today. She stepped up every game. She's gotten a little bit better.
Wallen with 13 points, 3 times her average for the tournament.
Well, she's really taken up the scoring that Silva hasn't been able to get them.
Nice lob inside to Polanco. She kicks it out, and I wonder why Wallen ducked.
I think she thought that ball was going to get tipped. I don't think Venezuela will go too long without putting Blanco back in, but they need to give her a little bit of a rest.
Sepulveda over in the corner for Delgado. Delgado whips the pass inside to Garcia. Nice move, blocked by Garcia.
And again, Marquez looked up the floor, probably should have or could have given it in transition, and she just says, we're going to run our half-court offense and we're going to get a good score.
Marquez with 5 to shoot and a foul on Placido.
And again, it worked.
Gonna get a look at the blocked shot. One Garcia to another.
And Puerto Rico just doesn't match up size-wise with Venezuela.
Gibson off now, O'Neal on.
I think it's very difficult for Puerto Rico. They rely a great deal on their outside scoring with their size. And now they're trying to make a change and go inside. But Venezuela's size is hurting them. Wallen's a little shaken here. She takes it hard to the hoop. Again, might have got a knee in her thigh. Right now, I think it doesn't matter. She's just going to keep playing hard, having an outstanding game.
Wallen books the free throw. Puerto Rico has missed its last 8 field goals and its last 15 three-pointers. Venezuela on a 15-2 run since the 49-second mark of the second quarter. Puerto Rico has scored 2 points in this entire third quarter. Now Delgado to O'Neal driving, puts it up over 2 Venezuelan defenders and comes up short.
And now Puerto Rico's almost overpassing.
Yeah.
I thought O'Neal should have taken that
I thought the same
shot.
thing. But he's a little gun shy now, especially from long range, and now a steal by Sepulveda. And that breaks the scoring drought for Puerto Rico.
And now they're going to come with some pressure. They haven't been able to press because they haven't scored.
Nice job by Venezuela to break it. Did it fairly easily. A minute 10 to play in the third. Venezuela the 5-point lead. Now Garcia from 18, that's good!
And that's a big shot for them. Very big shot for Garcia to be able to do that. Because Puerto Rico, what they really want to do is want to get something off the steal. But that's high post again. She's ready to shoot it. She's made 2 or 3 from there and tons of shots throughout the tournament.
Foul that was on Marquez. It was her third, and Duran comes back in. Damka Martinez replaces, Delgado.
And that was the 3rd foul on Venezuela. O'Neal was looking for the penalty, but it's not. Puerto Rico has more fouls.
Yep, Puerto Rico in the bonus. Now O'Neal on the drive. Outside is a call, but back to O'Neal. Now Martinez, 8 to shoot. And Duran tried to get out of the way, but committed the foul.
Again, Puerto Rico in the first quarter would catch that ball, they'd be open, but Venezuela is doing such a great job defensively getting out on those shooters. And that was just a, it was just a tough little bump.
And Jerry Batista wanting to check the number of team fouls, and Mary Pierre Malo says, we've got it. He thought there were more. Martinez, 10 to shoot. O'Neal. Martinez for 3. Ball out of bounds. It will remain with Puerto Rico, and that is 16 in a row missed from beyond the arc for Puerto Rico.
They're getting such good ball movement, and they're penetrating and dishing out to the perimeters, but they've got to be ready to shoot, and they've got to nail those shots. But once you miss them, it's like a contagious disease.
O'Neal, beautiful pass inside to Garcia. She scores. And it's 45-40 with 13 seconds to play. Wallen puts it up over Garcia. The circus shot is good.
That was a great take.
Puerto Rico not paying attention to the game clock, and they do not get a shot off before the end of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, it's Venezuela 47 and Puerto Rico 40. Puerto Rico scores only 6 points in that third quarter.
And that was a great shot by Wallen. She took it up against the bigger girl and was able to finish. And Venezuela has normally been pulling those back out and working the clock. So that was a great take and an extra bonus for them.
The last 2 quarters, Venezuela has outscored Puerto Rico 38-16. We're back in a minute from Edmonton.
Like,
47-40 in favor of Venezuela as we head to the fourth quarter. Venezuela outscoring Puerto Rico 18-6 in that third quarter, 20-10 in the second quarter after Puerto Rico led 24-9 after 1. At stake in this game is the opportunity to play in the Olympic qualifying tournament next summer in Rio.
And Venezuela's really stuck to their game plan. Puerto Rico's smaller, they're getting the ball inside, they're penetrating the 2-3 zone. And Puerto Rico really is, they have a game plan. They've got to nail those threes and they're just not hitting them. So, you know, it's execution. They both have a game plan. Venezuela's just executing it way better.
And you pointed to something on our stat screen here right as we went to break, that Puerto Rico 4 of 22 from three-point range, make it 4 of 23 now. You pointed at both teams. Venezuela just 20%, but they stopped shooting the three because they weren't hitting them. Puerto Rico has continued to chuck it up. There's another one, and finally one goes in.
And I mean, Puerto Rico does have the ability to get back into this game if they start hitting those threes. But Venezuela, they know they have a size advantage over Puerto Rico, and they are going inside. And they're going to use the clock. They're going to milk it. They're going to be happy to shoot within with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. And we have a travel.
Travel on Polanco. Puerto Rico had missed 17 consecutive three-pointers before they nailed that one. They are now 5 of 24 from three-point range, and it's a 4-point deficit, 47-43, with 9:11 to play in the game.
And the coaches very quickly inserted Blanco back in. I was actually surprised she didn't start that fourth quarter, but she's back in there now. She's going to dominate the boards. Her and Garcia's going to get after it.
Martinez driving, kicking it out to Delgado, now across to Placido, another three. And unfortunately, a new miss streak started for Puerto Rico. It's only at 1, but...
Well, it was interesting because Venezuela did not start Garcia. They tried to match up a little bit with Puerto Rico. Size-wise, they went a little bit smaller, and I think what they've discovered over the course of this game is they need to be bigger. They need to make Puerto Rico adjust to them. It gives them more on the defensive glass, so Puerto Rico's getting less opportunities. And here again, they go inside. Blanco takes it up strong.
It was a beautiful feed from Marquez to Blanco. The foul was on Sepulveda. And that was her second.
As a coach on any given day, I'm prepared to play the odds. I think if a team plays good defense and can get the ball inside, the three-point game has really changed, or three-point shot has really changed the game. But Venezuela's gone back to basics. They said, we're going to defensive rebound, and we're going to work the ball.
Nice job by Delgado to come up with a loose ball. She found Martinez underneath, and it's a 4-point lead, and now Puerto Rico with the pressure.
And that's a great press break. Delgado put it down, got it over center. Again, they're using the clock.
Placido thought she got fouled. Marquez for three, that won't go. And now Puerto Rico running again. Martinez can't finish, but it's tipped by Garcia, and Martinez gets it back. Now Sepulveda inside to Garcia. Her shot goes, and it's back to a 2-point game. Puerto Rico at 47, Venezuela at 49.
I think we're in for a great finish here.
Three from the corner. That's Luciana Ortega. And she's got, well, they only credited a 2-point shot.
Looked like it was the three, but obviously her foot was on the line.
I thought I saw the official's arm go up for three. That's something that they may want to look at. 4 to shoot now. Delgado launches a three, and that's up over the backboard and out of bounds. See if we can get a look here at where her foot was. Marquez bounces it into the corner. That is a 2-pointer.
Very clearly her foot was on the line.
Outstanding camera work and production work once again.
And officiating.
Yes, great officiating. Official was right there. It was a 2-pointer.
And now because the ball went out of bounds, Puerto Rico's coming with pressure. But Wallen and Blanco, they've had some of the bigger players breaking that press, and now Marquez will be the person that's orchestrating this offense.
Ortega bouncing it to Blanco. 5 to shoot, beg your pardon, that's Corrales. Now into the corner, Ortega, and she travels. They got the result they wanted, which was a turnover. Took 23 seconds, but Venezuela did not get a shot off, and Puerto Rico got the ball back. They trail by 4, 51-47 with 6:33 to play. Venezuela with all 3 of its timeouts left. Puerto Rico with 2.
And this is a very interesting substitution. They've put Silva back in. Obviously, she's going to help to control the pace of the game, hopefully play some really good defense.
I think she's probably in there more for defensive purposes.
Well, and just to settle them down, I think she's, you know, it's about making the best decisions.
Baseline jumper by Wallen, no shot.
They called Blanco on a moving screen there to free Wallen in the corner. So the hoop will not count.
And for Blanco, that is her first foul. She's got 17 points. No question about that foul. Wallen has 19 for Venezuela. Delgado finding Martinez underneath. Batista thought that Blanco committed another foul right there. And a steal by Puerto Rico. Marquez taps it back to Corrales. And now a 3-on-2 for Venezuela, but they pull it out and run a little bit of clock and get their offense set up. 51-49, 5:40 to play in the game. Marquez goes to the glass, too strong. Rebound Garcia.
And Puerto Rico now has started to find what we call the short corner. The girl on the baseline is stepping out a little bit and gapping her. So right here you see, right in that short corner, she's able to take it up, ball fake, and then immediately they get a steal.
I just learned the other day from Michelle Henry that that's called the Russian corner. I'd never heard that before. Gibson, the floater, won't go. Rebound Corrales.
And again, the ball is going into Marquez's hand every time, even with Silva on the floor. Marquez is the one that's orchestrating this offense.
I think Venezuela starting to look a little fatigued too. 5 to shoot, 5 minutes to play. Corrales on the drive and the foul on the floor against Sandra Garcia.
And Venezuela is causing a little bit of frustration, I think, for Puerto Rico because they are using the clock every single possession. Here she goes, and our Garcia just bodies her a little bit.
And that's 3 fouls on Garcia. And a late substitution. Melendez comes in for Martinez. Silva looking to inbound, finally gets it to Blanco. She's trapped, and then she tries to throw it off of the Puerto Rico defender, and does. Are they going to confer about it?
No, I think both referees agree that it was knocked off of her. It wasn't a big knockoff, but
Yeah.
they did get some contact with her.
And they're trying to get Jerry Batista back into his coaching box, and now they do change it.
So obviously, I guess they didn't agree. I don't think that's a call that they're going to go to the monitor for, at least not at this point in time in the game.
And then it's just curious after so much time that they changed the call, especially after
Well, I think
one official, Karen Lazic, she signaled that it was tipped. Gibson to O'Neal, now to Martinez, on the drive, into the paint. Her shot rims out. Rebound Wallen. I think Venezuela's tired. Following that rebound, 3 of them were behind the ball, kind of standing around waiting for somebody to bring it up. Now the pass to Corrales. Thought they were going to call a travel there, but she floats her way into the lane, and Batista says the same thing. Where's the travel?
And again, a great read by Marquez. She starts to penetrate, and she sees that Blanco's not open. They're starting and she pushes it back up to the high post area.
Puerto Rico calls timeout. They have 1 left. It's a 4-point Venezuela lead, 53-49.
Yes, and I think that you are correct. Venezuela is getting a little bit tired, but they will use their timeouts very strategically to try to allow for some rest in the last part of this game.
Marquez has played 33, almost 34 minutes. Wallen has played 35 and a half. Blanco almost 27 minutes.
I think Wallen will be okay. She's a 20-year-old, and I think she'll be able to handle it. Marquez is just going to have to dig down deep and rely on her maturity and just fight through it. And players are amazing that way. It's interesting as the game winds down. She's just going to have to draw on her adrenaline, and she's really utilized her maturity again to rest when she can.
For Puerto Rico, Sandra Garcia has played 30 and a half minutes. Jennifer O'Neill almost 28. Delgado almost 26. So there's going to be some fatigued players on both sides, but
I think O'Neill's got lots of jump to her step still, lots of bounce.
Delgado as well. 4:10 to play. Martinez, Delgado, now O'Neill, back to Delgado, she drives, hits the floater in the lane over Blanco, and it's a 2-point game, 53-51, and the ball is out of bounds, but it'll stay with Venezuela.
Nearly another steal by Delgado, but here you see they're not coming because they've been making that pass to the short corner, so now they're not coming as aggressively to that penetrator.
Silva to inbound. Wallen has it. She's bringing it up against Gibson.
See, they're trying to give Marquez a little bit of a breather. She's not handling the ball.
Silva with 10 to shoot, guarded by Delgado. Gets the screen roll to Blanco. Nice move by Blanco. Can't finish. There for the putback, though, is Corrales, and it goes in. 55-51. 3.5 minutes to play. That's 4 points for Corrales. Now Gibson left wide open. She elected not to shoot the three-pointer, though. Placido between the rings. Over to O'Neal. Into the corner now for Delgado. Skip pass tipped by Silva. Now Gibson the spin. Her layup attempt won't go. Rebound Blanco.
And Marquez, when they came back on the last defensive possession, she was clapping her hands. She's telling her teammates, we gotta play great defense here, and they did.
Venezuela chewing up more clock. Now the pass inside to Corrales. She's working on the smaller Delgado. Ball poked out from behind. It's going to be Venezuela ball. I thought I saw Karen Lasuk signal that it was kicked, and if it was, it would be 14. But
no, I think it was just off of her leg.
Out of bounds. Okay, I thought I saw her signal a kick, but
great move by Corrales.
so 6 to shoot for Venezuela. 2:48 to play. Silva to inbound. Gets it up top to Blanco. Back to Silva for three. Bang! Silva gives Venezuela a 7-point lead.
And that's a clutch shot. That's a great hoop for them.
Only her 4th shot of the game with that bad right arm, but perhaps none bigger. O'Neal at the other end weaves her way through traffic and scores. And now a nice break of the press by Venezuela.
And Venezuela could have looked to push the ball up the floor, but I think they're just happy and content to work the clock.
With
and
5 points up as we approach the 2-minute mark. Corrales from the elbow. Now the free throw line. That's good! Yosimar Corrales gives Venezuela a 7-point lead with 1:59 to play, and a timeout on the floor taken by Puerto Rico. That is their final timeout of the game.
And that's a great clutch shot by Corrales at that high post.
The shot wasn't there at the elbow. She pulled it down, sidestepped over to the free throw line, elevated, and drained it. Corrales now, she has 6 points, leading Venezuela is Wallen with 19. Blanco has 17. Wallen also has 11 rebounds. Blanco 6 rebounds to go with her 17 points. Silva just 5 points, but perhaps none bigger than that 3 she just hit a moment ago.
Absolutely, and they are focused right now, and they're hitting those shots. And I think the difference is defensively, they're making it very difficult for Puerto Rico to score. It's one and done. They're only getting 1 shot. And when they don't score, when Puerto Rico doesn't score, they can't press.
Delgado and Placido with 11 points apiece for Puerto Rico. O'Neal with 9. O'Neal also has 9 rebounds. Bermudez 7 boards for Puerto Rico.
Yes, O'Neal's a great little rebounder. For her size, she's very active on the offside, gets a lot of offensive rebounds, and she works very hard for defensive rebounds as well. And now they get possession of the ball in the front court within the last 2 minutes.
So if you're Jerry Batista, what do you pull out of your bag of tricks here?
Well, they have to shoot the 3, I think. And they've got to get ball movement. They've got to shoot the ball fairly quickly. They can't waste a lot of time. And Venezuela's done a great job on getting out on the ball.
There's O'Neal for 3, and she ties it up. No, beg your pardon. She gets it to 56. Got a little ahead of myself there. Wallen, as Venezuela breaks the press.
Puerto Rico is just all over the floor, so it'll be interesting to see.
3 on the way. That's short. Rebound by Corrales.
That's a
yes, and Venezuela
rebound.
will chew up some more clock. Game clock down to 1:15 now. 5 to shoot. Marquez has it stripped from O'Neal, but a foul called.
Be interesting to see if they call this on the shot. I don't think they are. I think they're calling it on the end line. 14 seconds, and again, the 14 seconds has a big impact. Before they would get another 24 seconds on the shot clock.
If they use the full clock and still don't score, there's a minute left and they're still up 4 points. So it's still a 2-possession game.
Puerto Rico has to start trapping. They've got to start making things happen. Great release pass on the inbound.
And now Delgado fouls Marquez.
And they're still not in the penalty.
Right, they had a couple to give.
So now they get 14 seconds again on the shot clock. It's all about ball possession. If Venezuela can keep possession of the ball, they can win this game.
Silva. Boy, and O'Neal just shoved Corrales. Now Marquez on the drive. She hangs. It does not fall, but she gets the foul. And Batista warned again for staying in his coach's box. That foul is going to be on Delgado, her 4th.
Great penetration here by Marquez. She knew the girl was going to foul her. She just threw it up. I was going to say, my money's on her to make both these free throws.
With exactly 1 minute to play, Venezuela now up 5, 61-56. Puerto Rico has no timeouts left, and it's now a 6-point lead. The clock does stop after made baskets to allow for substitutions. So not having timeouts, not quite as critical, but they won't get a chance to draw up a play.
And Puerto Rico will go offense, defense here a little bit. They'll sub some people in. It's crucial they get a score here.
O'Neal to Sepulveda, now into the corner for Placido for 3, short. Rebound Garcia. She loses it, goes out of bounds, and it goes off of Garcia. That'll be Venezuela ball. 48.7 to play.
And substitution. Again, it gives Puerto Rico a chance to set up in their press. So they'll be coming with a 1-2-2. They're going to try and trap immediately upon entry of the ball.
Blanco in for Corrales.
And they probably will foul if they don't get a turnover here.
Silva Marquez ahead to Wallen, and they're able to get away, and now there's the foul. So Venezuela able to burn off about 5 seconds, breaking that press. And now Wallen will go to the free throw line. Wallen misses the free throw as some joker in the crowd
blows his horn.
Makes a duck call. Second one doesn't bother her. It's a 7-point game now, so now it's a 3-possession game.
And I'm surprised Venezuela isn't coming up the floor, at least one person to try to start the clock, because Puerto Rico will let the ball go as far as it can.
And here comes Silva. And Gibson can't handle the quick pass, and it goes out of bounds to Venezuela.
Silva gives them another ball handler on the floor here, and she's an excellent free throw shooter.
There's the foul by O'Neal. Silva will go to the free throw line. Has not shot a free throw in this game.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if it affects her arm at all. And right now the adrenaline is pumping for Silva as well. She's got fired up. Always helps your injury a little bit.
65-56 as Silva hits them both.
Again, they need a quick three. They can't be wasting a lot of time.
There is that three. It's no good, but Delgado there with the putback. That's off. And now Marquez with the rebound. And I think now Puerto Rico realizes that all is going to be lost. 9-point lead, 15 seconds left, and Venezuela going to be content to just dribble it out.
So they'll have a shot clock violation here, but they're prepared.
3.3, and again, Venezuela ready to explode, but the game not yet over. The officials keeping their Venezuelan teammates on the floor. However, they're not asking Puerto Rico to sit down. And now, final score, the 5th place game, Venezuela 65, Puerto Rico 56. What a comeback by Venezuela after trailing 24-9. After 1 quarter, the Olympic dream is still alive for Venezuela. They advance to the Olympic qualifying tournament, and heartbreak for Puerto Rico, as after 1 quarter, it looked like they were going to be the ones advancing to the Olympic qualifying tournament.
They just got so cold.
The celebration and prayer at midcourt by Venezuela, and as you said, partner, Puerto Rico after the first quarter just went ice cold. Puerto Rico ended up shooting 24 of 67 from the floor for 36%. They were 67% after 1 quarter. 6 of 29 from three-point range for 21%. At one stretch, they had missed 17 in a row. They shot just 6 free throws in the game, hitting 2. Venezuela, meanwhile, shot 42% from the floor on 24 of 57 shooting. 3 of 13 from beyond the arc, and there's the difference. When they went cold, they stopped shooting the three-pointer. From the free throw line, they were 14 of 20 for 70%. Rebounds in favor of Venezuela, 39-36. 16 turnovers for Venezuela, 15 for Puerto Rico. As we look at some of the individual numbers now for Venezuela, they were led by Daniela Wallen with 18 points. Clara Blanco with 17. Wallen also had 11 rebounds to go along with her 18 points. Ivani Marquez with 9 points. Rosalie Silva finished with 7, and none bigger than that three-pointer in the fourth quarter to give Venezuela a bit of a cushion. For Puerto Rico, they were led by Jennifer O'Neill off the bench with 12. She also had 9 rebounds. Delgado and Placido each had 11 points for Puerto Rico.
Yes, but I think Marquez was really the difference in this game for Venezuela. She just used her maturity. She milked the clock. They ran the offense. They used the shot clock almost every possession. And once they got that lead, they were able to build on it. They did a great job on the defensive rebounds in the second. Well, after the first quarter, they really did a very good job.
Daniela Wallin playing all 40 minutes of the game for Venezuela. Ivani Marquez played 38:08 in that game. Don't forget, coming up in just a little bit, about 30 minutes from